Hey, what's happening, people? You're tuning in to Music and Motivation with Chris Davis. Today's episode is 111. This is Wednesday, February 24th. Hope y'all having a tremendous Wednesday. Smoke them if you got them. Than I expected. Normal, That's Wednesday Morning by yours truly. I haven't released that one. That was something I was just working on last spring, but it seemed fitting for a Wednesday morning with y'all. So happy to be here. Man. Thank you for tuning in. This podcast does not happen without your continued support, and man, am I grateful for your continued support. So thank y'all. Trying something a little different with the setup, so if you don't like it, let me know. Can always change stuff about it. But yeah, getting ready for some big stuff this weekend. Wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at what the setup's probably going to be like. So, yeah. Wednesday, though, It's been kind of a slow week over here, but we're doing our best to get through it. I've been writing out my goals and crossing them off like a savage, like I hope you guys are. And ultimately, every week there's going to be good weeks and bad weeks. And if it's starting out like it's going to be kind of like a rough week, do what you can to salvage it. Make it a good week by the end of it, Maybe your Monday was a little tough. Maybe Monday was nice, but Tuesday got a little, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's get our sound bites going, too. I don't want to slack on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I can't even remember what that is called. It's not whipping. Somebody let me know. In the comments, let me know what I'm doing, bro. Let me know so I don't sound dumb like I just did. But regardless, I got a couple things I wanted to bring up with y'all today. Specifically, number one, I had one of our top fans reach out to me for a survey question. I wanted to drop that survey question here with y'all too. She wanted to know, and shout out to Miss Nikki Pearl. She wanted to know who I thought would win in a push-up competition, Trump or Biden. And I gotta say, while I think both of them would really try, I think Biden might have more upper body strength than Trump. Though it'd be really close. I don't think either of them are really what we would consider jacked. So I do, all politics aside, I don't care, who you voted for or whatever. But who do you think would win in a push-up competition, Trump or Biden. Just curious and down to hear arguments for both sides. Second, I said, yes, that's probably true. That's probably true. I could see Biden winning in that, but I think Trump would win in a twerk off competition. Specifically, like Donald Trump's got that cake. We all know it. But I mean, Joe Biden is a skin bean. So like I don't think he's got anything back there to work with. He's got that cardboard ass. And we're just saying screw it to the nice boy 10 minutes or whatever. But rolling with it. I do think Donald Trump would win in a twerk off competition for president. So, let us know who you think would win in a twerk off between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Let us know in the comments. Shout out to Miss Nikki Pro for bringing that up. Appreciate you, bro. Real quick, it is early over here. I want y'all to take a second and smoke them if you got them. I'm going to take a sip of coffee this time because, let's see. Got a couple things.
Oh, this is tremendous. Tremendous. This is tremendous.
So let's do a couple just quick tips for musicians and music lovers, just because we keep our Wednesdays light and tight. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But number one tip for you musicians and music lovers who are tuning in for some advice on what to do to get better as a musician. Keep practicing. Nobody gets anywhere if they don't practice. So put 20 to 30 minutes in a day at least on at least some aspect of your musical skill, whether it's playing your instrument, whether it's songwriting, whether it's, producing, whatever it is, make sure you're practicing. Let's see. Tip number 2 for musicians and music lovers, don't give up. Just if you haven't found the right avenue yet, that's what it is. You got to keep looking for what avenue it is going to be for you to succeed. And it's not the same for everybody. So evaluate what success means to you. And then maybe make out a couple tiny goals to help you get there. At least get started, Maybe write out the big goal you want. If you can think of attainable goal that you will think of for success, That if you can think of an attainable goal that means success, that's a hard one. How do I want to say that? Like maybe think of an attainable goal that will be a mile marker towards that success you think you want. Okay, and then write out a couple smaller goals that'll help you get there. Okay, and then those are the ones that cross off this week. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Tip number 3 for musicians and music lovers is keep listening to new music. And I say this one a lot, and that's because it's so important. That's how we don't stay loud as musicians ourselves. But I gotta say, I've been really guilty of being stuck listening to the same things for the last 4 weeks. Haven't been listening to a whole lot of new music, and I think that's because I haven't been driving around as much. I find the most new music when I'm listening to like the public radio stations in town and the things that play independent music rather than just the same old hits over and over and over again. Which in St. Louis, if you're tuning in St. Louis, Baldwin, the county, anywhere in Missouri, try to check out 88.1 because that's they change up their music station every hour to 2 hours. So it's wonderful, and you never know what you're going to listen to. And that's how I always find new music. I think I'm going to try to make time during the weeks to go for a drive. That way I can be listening to new music, but also, getting out of the house, getting a little sun. I think that would be a good tip for surviving the week is just making time to get out of the house, get a little sun and a little fresh air. It's been a little tough with all the winter weather we just had, but yeah. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a problem with As It Was, Let It Be, always tremendous. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Oh, this is tremendous. 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 This is tremendous.
But mad love and respect to you guys on a Wednesday. Got my buddy Ty Young coming in from Seattle, Washington this weekend. Really excited to see him. He came in for our wedding, so mad shout out. Thanks for being there, buddy. And if you're listening to this, but really excited to see him, and we got some good stuff cooking up. So excited for what we're going to drop next week, and I want you guys to stay tuned for more news and updates as we go. This is a shout out to DJ Panda. I want you coming on the show next week, buddy. Tried hitting him up. He hit me up first, so we're like coordinating all that. So if you hear this first, man, you're on the show next week, buddy. Get back to me. That's funny. That's supposed to be humor, guys. That's how early it is over here. Things aren't quite connecting yet, but that's okay. We're doing it anyways because we're savages, right? Am I right? I'm right. Let's see. Wanted to do just a shorter episode today. Nothing super crazy. Yeah, in the comments below, I want you guys to let us know who would win in a twerk off between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and who would win in a push-up competition. Just let us know. And leave the politics out of it, man. This is solely for research. This is solely for science, okay? So no politics intended, just scientific research. Twerk off, Joe Biden or Trump. And that would be amazing if that's what we, eventually came to decide who was our president, was the size of their ass, and if they could jiggle it. That'd be wonderful. We might have a sexy president. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Shoot me, man. Let's go. And hey, if you're still tuning into this podcast, shout out to you, man. You're a trooper. I'm a trooper too, and look, man, great minds think alike. Great minds keep coming back for the same, for what they enjoy. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. I'm just glad to be here with y'all, and I'm even more glad to have some awesome guests coming in, and I think it'll be nice to have some people to bounce some ideas off. Don't you? It'll be nice to have some people to bounce some ideas off. I'm sure we've all kind of been isolated for like a year, so let the great minds come together again. Let's do it. Let's advance society. Let's advance this podcast. Shout out to my man Farmer. You're a boss, dude. I hope you have a wonderful day. You kick ass, my man. Man, I don't know much else. I was thinking about starting to tell stories of my different bands and, chronologically describe each band over a bunch of different episodes. So just for the sake of it, I've been in a whole lot of bands, guys. If we're going to make me count them out real quick, let me think. It all started literally 10 years ago, which is why this came up. Because I was like, what was I doing 10 years ago? When was the first band I played in? And I got to say, that was about right when I picked up my first guitar. Like, I think like 6 months after I had picked it up, I was like, guys, you guys play guitar too. You play bass. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. So me and my grade school buddies, shout out to Joe Allen, Book, and Michael Craven, we started a band called The Hobos. And we thought we were pretty fucking cool. Seriously. We thought we were the coolest of the cool, and we weren't. By no means were we cool at all. In fact, we were pretty much despised by all of the popular people, so it's all right. We're not in grade school anymore. Popularity doesn't matter, but, it was what it was, man, and we were trying to do it. But here's the deal. We didn't have a drummer. We had 3 guitarists and a bassist, and we decided we were going to learn the only song we learned 2 songs, actually. We learned Don't Fear the Reaper, which we played at a talent show, and I hope to God that video never surfaces anywhere, because it was terrible, man. And then me and my buddy Joe played John Lennon, a John Lennon Christmas song. I can't even remember what it was. But yeah. It was some times, man. I think they were the first group of people that were like, "Hey man, yeah, we'll make music with you." And that was what was important. I remember there was a time when we all crammed into just this tiny little boiler room at my parents' house and lined all of our shitty little practice amps up and made a giant wall of sound for the very first time. And I was like, that's pretty cool. When you just stack your amps and everybody's playing, and I don't know. There was something magical about that. But we only did it like our 8th grade year and maybe sort of kept it going-ish in the freshman year. Me and my bassist definitely did, but Joe and Book fell off the face of the earth, which was kind of their thing. They would come into my life for like a couple months and then fall off the face of the earth throughout the time I knew them. So, you know, it was what it was. But that was my first band, the Hobos. And we thought we were hot shit, which we weren't. Which was a humbling experience, you know, to say the least, from the get-go. Always, always. Next week, I might tell you more about my second band, the Black Roses. If I had to say all of the bands, I might forget a few, too. But I'll try to do. I had the Hobos, the Black Roses, Celtic Mother, Decibel Point, The Cleave, American Absinthe, and I guess the Jazz Operators. But you got to think American Absinthe went through like 4 or 5 different lineups. So you got like 4 different bands under the American Absinthe title. So that just ran for a long time. Which, I mean, I was kind of proud of. I kept that bitch running. We kept that bitch going. We didn't let somebody graduate in or, screw up the works. But, yeah. I don't know, guys. Just wanted to talk a little bit about my band experiences. The Hobos. So, yeah, I was probably 14 to 15 while I was in the Hobos, and we really just did it to try to impress girls. That was where we were, and we sucked at it. We sucked at the whole 9 yards, and I will say it got me more into rock and roll. And if I hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't still be playing guitar and or as interested in bands as I am. So always the thing to take away, if you want to be in a band, go for it. Do what you gotta. And even if it doesn't seem like exactly what you pictured, go for it. You know what I mean? If somebody else is willing to make music with you, at least jam. At least, that's what I talk about every week. Try to jam with somebody new as often as you can. And if they're willing to stick around, hey, man, you got yourself a keeper kind of deal. If they're really good, yeah, you got yourself a keeper. So I think I'm going to get out of here today. Y'all have a tremendous rest of your Wednesday. I'm going to be back Friday, I think, if not Monday. So be good. Y'all smoke them if you got them. And let me see. Let's get that good music and motivation outro music. Y'all be good.
It's tremendous. Tremendous.
Mad love and respect.
Tremendous. Tremendous.
Smoke if you got them.
Yeah!